What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Brett and Steven with the BS Show back again. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my Kansas City Chiefs for getting the big win. And Steven's a Raiders fan, so we won't get into that. But obviously, we got a huge fight this weekend. Donald Cerrone against Conor McGregor, the comeback fight. And before we even get started, I want to go on a rampage here with Steven. Donald Cerrone is getting so disrespected.
I agree.
Up to this fight, it makes me sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
No one's talking about him. Everyone's saying he doesn't have a shot. People are saying he's going to get Jose Aldo'd. I mean, the disrespect for the winningest guy in UFC history is getting no love. Every headline you see is Conor McGregor's in the best shape he's ever been. Conor McGregor's striking looks better than it's ever been. Everybody is dick riding Conor McGregor so hard for this fight.
Even on the poster, Conor McGregor is huge and Cowboys is tiny.
Yeah.
It's like...
And Dana White even comes out and says, he's getting no respect, but hey, check this poster out.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just want to say, I've been saying it, and I believe Steven has too. All these fans that don't know what the hell they're talking about, they ride Conor McGregor, they think he's the best thing since sliced bread. No one's given Cowboy Cerrone a chance, but I guarantee you Cowboy wants it that way. Because Cowboy, I love the guy to death, he's my favorite fighter, he always seems to struggle in that huge fight, and when there's no pressure and no one's giving him a chance, that's when he comes out and does work.
Yep, that's very true, and I've been thinking that too, actually, and It's funny because I started off a lot like that where I was like, dude, they're disrespecting Cowboy. Everyone says that Conor's going to walk right through Cowboy. People are thinking that they're feeding Cowboy to the Wolves,
right,
making him Conor's first comeback fight. And I feel like that's a really hard first comeback fight.
It is.
But,
well, Donald Cerrone's been very active. I mean, and the thing is people are like, well, you know, he's batting 500. It's like, but the dude still fights the top fighters in the UFC, and he's 36.
Not only that,
38
he fights
years old.
The young studs just getting into the UFC that are hungrier than ever.
And he just fought Gaethje and went blow to blow with Gaethje, got knocked out. I mean, Gaethje is probably, minus Khabib and Ferguson, one of the best contenders in that division, if not the best. And for Donald Cerrone to be this late in his career, at late 30s, still fighting perennial powerhouses that are fighting for the belt is unreal. No one fights like Donald Cerrone, and when I mean like him, where they says he'll do it and he doesn't. Everybody wants to be the guy, I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. Everybody says it, but nobody does it.
They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk.
Absolutely.
They're not on the phone right after their fight's done, hitting up Dana White, like, what's next? You know, let's line up the next fight so I know what to do, you know?
Yep. And Dana, you always hear these fighters complain, and I didn't get a shot, making the UFC look bad. Lo and behold, Dana White's offered them 3-4 fights, and they never want to take it. But Donald Cerrone would fight every month if he could.
Or they have a hurt ankle or hurt thumb, or, you know?
Right. So let's cut out the disrespect. But I just ranted for 5 minutes, I feel like. I get where people are coming from.
Definitely.
Let me be honest here.
I was there. I was pissed. Dude, I texted
it.
you. We went back and forth on how much disrespect Cowboy was getting.
I understand it, and here's why. Conor McGregor puts on a lot of pressure, and he bullies people in the octagon. Who does Donald Cerrone struggle with the most? People who put on pressure and bully him in the octagon. If you look at some of his losses, Nate Diaz, a lot of pressure. He beat Donald Cerrone. Rafael Dos Anjos, a lot of pressure. Beat Donald Cerrone. He just fought Gaethje. Gaethje puts on a lot of pressure. He ended up knocking him down, or TKO him. So the people who put on a lot of pressure on Donald Cerrone and bully, and when I say bully, I just mean get real, physical and put him on his back foot, that's whenever Donald Cerrone struggles. And that's what Conor McGregor does. So I get where people are coming from. But the two questions I have is, number one, how is Conor McGregor's left hand going to look at 170? Is that power going to translate from 145? And number two, how's his cardio going to be?
I think his power will translate. I mean, we've kind of seen it already with Eddie Alvarez. We've seen it with Nate Diaz. The dude
that was at 155, though.
No, it was at 170.
Well, Alvarez, though.
Alvarez.
55.
But we've seen him fight bigger dudes, and his power translates. Dominic Cruz posted a picture. Ariel Helwani talked about this on his show. Posted a picture next to Conor McGregor, just like this, and his fist is as big as Dominic Cruz's head.
Dang.
He has big fists.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
for a higher weight class.
Right.
It's
right.
crazy that he's even cutting to 145 at one time.
That is crazy.
So I feel like he does have a frame. You know what I mean? He's doing it the right way. He's doing it healthy. He still looks lean.
Right. He does
You know what
look
I mean?
lean.
He doesn't. Some people go up in weight and they look chubby. Like Kelvin Gastelum looked
Right.
a little chubby. Pettis, when he moves up, he looks a little chubby.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Diaz, you know, they're always lean. When he moves up, he looks a little chubby.
Well, I think McGregor, if what I read was correct, he's right hovering around 160. So he's going to go into this weekend's fight underweight.
Yep.
You know, which is good because that means that's more of his natural weight.
Yeah, what this is, it's a lightweight fight without cutting water. That's all it is. It's a lightweight fight, but they're not doing the weight cut, which is actually smart. And we get to see them fully energized. And to be honest, that favors Conor too, because we know he gasses. We haven't seen Cowboy really gas.
No, we haven't. And that's why, so this isn't a championship fight, but is it a 3 or 5 rounder?
It's a 5. It's the main event.
So main event's 5 rounds. The deeper it goes, the more it's going to benefit Donald Cerrone, obviously. If Conor McGregor, I believe he doesn't have a knockout after the second round in the UFC. I mean, granted, most of them didn't go that long, but after the second round, Conor McGregor's knockout chances diminish a lot. So one would think that in Donald Cerrone's camp, he's thinking, okay, the first 2 rounds, he's going to be hot and heavy. Let's weather the storm. Let's keep him at bay, and let's go forward. Because Donald Cerrone's weakness, in my opinion, is he is going to stand and bang with McGregor. He's going to do it. He does it with everybody.
I hope he keeps kickboxing distance, honestly.
I do
hope
too.
he keeps his range and uses those head kicks.
Right.
Stays deep using his reach and length.
Absolutely. And that's what is so good about Donald Cerrone is he's got great kickboxing, he's got great jiu-jitsu, he's got great wrestling.
Yep.
He's a well-rounded fighter. It's just almost like whenever someone really pours it on him, he kind of gets deer in the headlight look.
He's dirty in the clinch, too.
Right.
He's nasty with the knees in the clinch.
I mean, I could see it going 2 ways. I think McGregor's going to come out hot and heavy. He's got nothing but the world to prove. He's had a lot of very bad things happen, you know, privately.
This is his
come out
comeback story.
Absolutely. This is the comeback. And number 2, he really wants that Khabib rematch. The Khabib-Ferguson fight, that's what Conor McGregor wants. He's got to get through Donald Cerrone to get there.
So
I think that's his motivation.
It is his motivation, but this is where I lose interest. I don't want to see that fight for a while. I want to see him go through the Gaethjes, the Cowboys,
Absolutely.
maybe even a Masvidal fight. I want to see him earn that shot.
I agree.
I mean, he lost, and he lost in kind of dominant fashion. People are arguing, oh, he won 1 round or whatnot. Like, oh, he won a round, you know, and then he was on his ass the rest of the fight. You know what I mean? Getting smothered.
Now, if he beats Cerrone, I say give him Gaethje. Let Gaethje and him go at it for a chance at the belt with whoever wins between Ferguson and Khabib. I've already accepted it that Conor McGregor is Dana White's money pit, and he's going to push him as much as he can. As much as I hate it, that's what Dana White needs Conor McGregor in championship fights to sell pay-per-views because he's the money train. That's what he wants. But getting over Donald Cerrone is a huge task at hand. So if he does not knock out Donald Cerrone or get a stoppage in the round 1 or 2, I think it's going to go the distance, and it's scary because if you leave it in the hands of the judges with McGregor, knowing he's the money train, knowing that the UFC's pushing him, I could see McGregor winning in a decision, and that's kind of what I think. I think it's going to go more of a decision. I think McGregor's going to pour it on early. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Cerrone. Cerrone's going to be running, trying to evade, and then he's going to weather the storm. He's going to land a few kicks. I would love a head knockout.
Head kick knockout.
I would love a head kick knockout so much from Donald Cerrone because that's what got me into watching him. Like, I loved his kickboxing. And I think if he can do that, that would be, oh man, that would be like the best win ever for me.
I'm not even going to make a prediction because I do have a feeling, like you said, Cowboy's a gamer. He comes to fight, and I'm afraid that's going to be his downfall. You know what I mean? He's going to get in there in the pocket and slug it out with Conor, who has some slick, crisp boxing.
Yep.
And Conor brought back his old boxing coach. I mean, he's working on the fundamentals again, and he looks determined to show off what he's been working on. I mean, even his style looks different.
Right.
It's interesting. I don't know if that's going to be in his favor or work against him, but we'll see.
Well, and MMA math never makes sense, like we say all the time. Donald Cerrone could come out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he looks the best he's ever looked and just works McGregor over. I mean, this is a great fight because you have the comeback story of Conor McGregor, and then you got the old weathered vet who's the winningest of all time, who's getting no love at all, and that's just feeding his
Oh,
fuel
he gets
too.
love. He's the fan favorite. I feel
Right.
like people love Cowboy. If you don't love him, you respect him and understand that he gave everything to this game.
Right.
And
Right.
I feel like that's what makes this fight so iconic for, like you said, Conor McGregor coming back, because he's fighting someone who's been through it all, fought the who's who, fought the wrestlers, the jiu-jitsu guys, the boxers, the kickboxers, whoever he's fought. And he's fought at all those weight classes. And
All of them, man.
dude.
And you have to think that was going to be beneficial too, because he just fought Darren Till like a year and a half ago, and Darren Till is huge. He's like a natural 185 or 200 pounder. So Cerrone's seen it all. He's been through it all. I mean, I just hope that they're both on their top game. There's no injuries. I hope everything goes good, so that way we can have a good night of fights.
All I gotta say is don't count Cowboy out. Don't count him out.
He's on the Budweiser can, for Pete's sake. Come on, man. Donald Cerrone.
Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Yeah. Peace.